Robert Downey Jr. is back in Marvel after 5 years. But before he made his grand return, he did something unexpected. He turned down Ryan Reynolds. Now we all know Ryan Reynolds loves to have everyone and their grandma in his Deadpool movies. The man practically treats it like a Marvel talent draft, trying to get every big name in Hollywood to make a cameo. But when he reached out to Robert Downey Jr., hoping to add him to the mix for Deadpool and Wolverine, he got rejected, instantly. And not just because Downey Jr. was already in talks to return as Dr. Doom. The streets are saying he saw through Ryan's nice guy act and wasn't about to let himself get played like Justin Baldoni. The recent drama surrounding Ryan and Blake Lively has turned Hollywood upside down, and more celebs are starting to distance themselves from the so-called golden couple. Even Martha Stewart, yes, the queen of lifestyle herself, came out saying Ryan isn't as funny as people think he is. So, what does Robert Downey Jr. know that we don't? And why is Hollywood turning its back on Ryan and Blake? When Ryan Reynolds was putting together his never-ending list of Deadpool cameos, he had one big name at the top, Robert Downey Jr. And honestly, it made sense. Downey Jr. is Hollywood royalty. Having him in Deadpool and Wolverine would have been legendary. Screenwriters Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick even admitted that they had written a scene with Happy and Downey, and Ryan pulled out all the stops to get Downey Jr. on board. Ryan personally pitched the script to Downey Jr., thinking it was a done deal. But Downey Jr. didn't even hesitate. He shut it down immediately. At first, people thought it was just because he was secretly negotiating his comeback as Dr. Doom. But now fans aren't buying that excuse because the Hollywood mask is slipping off Ryan Reynolds, and more people are starting to see the man behind the Deadpool costume.
Robert Downey Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds. Making the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman told Ryan Reynolds in 2021 he'd return as Wolverine after saying 4 years earlier he'd never come back doing the movie Logan. It was one of those cameo-filled movies in history where 45 different actors from both the MCU and the Fox universe returned for Deadpool and Wolverine. But one actor Ryan Reynolds asked to return for Deadpool and Wolverine was Robert Downey Jr., saying he wanted him to share a scene with Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau does actually have a very big scene in the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, but that scene was originally written with Robert Downey Jr. taking the main stage and Jon Favreau only being a small part of it. He even wrote the scene in 2018 just so it would make sense for Robert Downey Jr.'s character to be in there because it does take place before the events of Avengers Infinity War. When Ryan Reynolds approached Robert Downey Jr. with the script, he said he was completely shocked he got an instant no. The reason was Robert Downey Jr. was already in talks to return as Dr. Doom, but he couldn't tell Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds said he didn't know about that until it was revealed, but now is happy for him and said he wants to fight him in secret.
For years, Ryan Reynolds has played the role of Hollywood's favorite funny guy. But insiders are saying, behind the scenes, he's controlling, calculating, and ruthless. Even Candace Owens chimed in, saying she spoke to a source who flat out blamed Ryan for all the Justin Baldoni drama. According to the source, Ryan was the one who started everything. Ryan showed up on set one day to review the dailies, aka the footage they filmed that day. He saw something that set him off and immediately started micromanaging the script. He started showing up to set regularly, controlling Blake's scenes, changing lines, and interfering with production. The source confirmed what Baldoni said in his lawsuit, that Ryan gave WME, one of the biggest talent agencies in Hollywood, an ultimatum. It's either me and Blake or him. And just like that, Baldoni was blacklisted. So now Robert Downey Jr.'s rejection of Ryan makes way more sense. Because if Ryan could do that to Justin Baldoni, what would stop him from doing the same thing to Downey Jr.?
According to Wernick, Ryan gave him the hard press. We wrote scenes and Downey read the scenes. But what we didn't know behind the scenes was this Dr. Doom thing. But honestly, fans are not buying that excuse. See, the last couple of months have been eye-opening when it comes to Ryan Reynolds. And the cold, hard truth is that he's just not the nice guy he pretends to be. Don't believe it? Well, you might want to hear out Candace Owens. She met up with a source who revealed that Ryan's actually the one who got this entire Blake and Justin mess started in the first place.
Candace Owens posted to her story saying she spoke to a source that claims Ryan Reynolds is the problem. She said the tip came from someone who allegedly worked on the set and said lately everyone is bashing Blake Lively, but apparently the true villain of the saga is Ryan. This person is alleging that everything started when Ryan Reynolds decided to stroll onto the movie set one day and review the dailies. This is an industry term for all the footage that they filmed for the day. And he also decided to take a look at the script, and between the two, something allegedly set him him off. This person claims that the production assistants then overheard Ryan and Blake having an argument in her trailer. Ryan Reynolds started being on the set on a regular basis as if he were her chaperone, and that is when he started inserting himself into the actual production, including writing lines. And then she says the next part was alleged in their lawsuits that Ryan and Blake, perhaps in response to her husband's anger, began inserting themselves in the effort to change lines and change scenes. And of course, the allegation that Ryan Reynolds was making fun of Justin Baldoni in his movie when he played the character Nice Pool. And we did hear this, I believe, from Justin's lawsuit, but correct me if I'm wrong, but she also says that allegedly Ryan presented an ultimatum to WME, the biggest talent agency in Hollywood, whose client roster include everyone from Taylor Swift to Justin Baldoni. Basically saying that it's us or him. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is what Justin Baldoni also alleged. And I think he said it happened either at the premiere of It Ends With Us or the premiere of Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, she says we know what happens next. He gets dropped by WME. Wayfarer Studios had effectively been instantly blackballed, persona non grata in Hollywood instantly, and truly they had done nothing wrong but cast a woman into one of their movies with an allegedly very jealous husband. My source says that Justin Baldoni is legitimately a good guy who truly wanted to do this project, but he cares deeply about women issues. And she goes on to give what she believes. She says, I think Blake was fine with everything in the movie she signed on for, hence not requesting an intimacy coordinator, and then all that changed the day her husband showed up on set and allegedly blew a fuse. She also believes that it was probably him that demanded Justin be put in the basement for the premiere.
Now, let's talk about Martha Stewart. Because when Martha Stewart starts throwing shade at you, you know you messed up. In a recent interview, she was asked about which celebrities would be the most fun to hang out with. And guess what? She immediately took Ryan Reynolds off the list. Her exact words were that Ryan Reynolds is not so funny in real life and that he's very serious. At first, people thought she was just making a random comment about his sense of humor. But the internet quickly caught on. She was actually subtly exposing him for being fake. Because think about it. If Ryan isn't the funny, lovable guy he portrays himself as, then what is he hiding? Robert Downey Jr. isn't the only A-lister keeping their distance from Ryan Reynolds. His own Deadpool co-stars are finally speaking out. Morena Baccarin, who played Vanessa in the first Deadpool movie, suddenly had a way smaller role in the sequels.
I think after he got super famous from the first Deadpool, then things kind of changed. I think he was like, see, you guys see? And then I think I don't know. I mean, would I work with him again? No.
No.
I would not work with him
that
again.
much vitriol.
But I've said that about Michael Bay, and now we're friends, and I would work with him again. But I think Michael Bay is different. And Michael Bay worked on a movie with Ryan Reynolds also. And so he has a very specific opinion.
That may mirror
of
your
Ryan
own.
Reynolds. And that was a good part of our last conversation with me and Bay. But I sort of wish him well because he's so good at Deadpool. And I think it's weird that he hates me.
At first, she was polite about it, saying she understood. But reports later revealed that Ryan Reynolds actually blocked her from press events. In other words, she got the Justin Baldoni treatment. TJ Miller, who played Weasel in Deadpool, straight up said Ryan was horrifically mean to him on set. He described Ryan's behavior as unsettling, saying Deadpool made him arrogant and condescending. His exact words were that he would never work with Ryan again. At this point, it's starting to look like Ryan's nice guy act is one big PR stunt. And Robert Downey Jr.? He saw through it before it was too late. Oh, and let's not forget about Blake Lively, because she's just as controlling as her husband. Fans recently noticed something strange about the poster for A Simple Favor 2. Blake Lively's name was placed higher than Anna Kendrick's, even though Anna is the bigger star. Now, why would that happen? Anna Kendrick has been in twice as many movies as Blake. Her movies have made double the box office money. So, by all Hollywood rules, Anna's name should come first. But Blake wasn't having it. Reports say that she demanded the poster be changed so that even though Anna's name is first, Blake's name is floating higher, just to make sure people know she's above Anna. At the end of the day, Robert Downey Jr. dodged a bullet. Ryan Reynolds is losing friends left and right, getting exposed by Hollywood insiders, and being called out by people as powerful as Martha Stewart. And Blake Lively, she's right there with him, making sure nobody outshines her. Do you think Ryan's bad reputation is the real reason Robert Downey Jr. turned him down? Can Ryan and Blake survive Hollywood now that the truth is coming out? And is this just the beginning of the end for Hollywood's golden couple? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this drama is far from over. Check out this next video. It's even messier.